Good evening. This is CTV News for Wednesday, November 1st. I'm Denise Douglas.
And I'm Patricia Malone. Glad to have you with us tonight. Well, Prince Georgians are anxiously awaiting results from a state audit on the county school system. The report, which addresses allegations of grade tampering, is expected to be released tomorrow morning by the State Board of Education. The investigation was ordered by Governor Hogan after 4 Prince George's school board members alleged that whistleblowers had evidence of hundreds of cases of grades being changed in order for students to graduate. Now, County Executive Ashearn Baker says there is a hotline in place for anyone who has concerns.
You know, we can't correct problems unless we know about them. And if you see something, and we've been preaching this for a long time in our school system and in our government, if you see something, let us know so we can investigate. There are channels for that to happen. We certainly need to know also. And there are multiple ways. Not only if you don't feel comfortable going to the school system, there's certainly our ethics office, which is an independent body that you can turn that in, that the county set up. But we need to know about it so that we can then investigate.
Now, CEO Dr. Kevin Maxwell strongly denies efforts to inflate graduation rates. His administration was criticized for failing to email teachers and administrators with contact information for investigators. School officials later relented, sending out a message with that information.
It's been called the deadliest terrorist attack in New York since 9/11. 8 people are dead and more than a dozen injured after a man plows into bicyclists and pedestrians just blocks away from the World Trade Center Tuesday afternoon. 29-year-old Saifulo Saipov allegedly drove a rented pickup truck onto a busy bike path, crashed the truck into a school bus, and then stepped outside of the vehicle brandishing imitation firearms. Saipov is from Uzbekistan and came to the U.S. legally in 2010. Among the 8 people killed were 5 Argentinian men who were with a group celebrating their 30th high school anniversary reunion. CTV News spoke with Prince George's Deputy Police Chief Chris Murtha about how localities can prepare for such threats.
Yeah, I think the message that's out there right now and that I would agree with is that you've got to be vigilant. You have to be really paying attention to your surroundings is the best thing you can do. It's such a big advantage in the United States that our citizen population is so connected to the community, especially here in Prince George's County. We have, you know, a million eyes out there that are looking out for each other. And with those tips that we get from the community, we're able to actually go out there and interview people and find out if they're valid. So I would encourage people to continue to call your police department. Have faith that we're going to go out there and we're going to do the best we can. When you give us that information, we're going to evaluate each and every instance for validity and see if we can do something with that where it needs to be done.
Saipov was shot in the abdomen by a police officer. He underwent surgery last night. Police say the suspect had been planning the attack for a number of weeks and claimed allegiance to ISIS. A lawsuit alleging price fixing by generic drug manufacturers could be expanded. Brian Frosch and 44 other attorneys general filed the original suit in December of last year, accusing 6 companies of collusion. They're asking a federal court to expand that legal action to include an additional 12 companies. Frosch says they conspired to fix prices on drugs that treat a host of ailments, including diabetes, glaucoma, and high blood pressure.
Up prices so that consumers pay more, and it's an outrageous set of circumstances.
Frosch says generic drugs make up 88% of all prescriptions written in the U.S.
Well, today marks the beginning of the 2018 open enrollment season for health insurance under the Affordable Care Act. Residents who are uninsured or underinsured can sign up for a plan until December 15th. Despite a 90% cut in advertising funds by the Trump administration, health officials say enrollment has been steady so far.
Proactive in the community. We do a lot of outreach events throughout the summer. We did a lot of outreach events. We are doing some a little bit prior. We did some prior to open enrollment. We also have radio advertisement. We have something called a health insurance literacy sessions at libraries throughout Prince George's County. So a lot of the efforts that we've have established, and we made our footprint already in the county, so individuals know who we are and that we're here to help them. As much as the administration is saying numerous of things, and there seems to be some confusion, our message is still the same. While the program is still going on, get covered.
And despite a recent presidential executive order that cuts cost-sharing reductions, Norman says many residents will see those offset with tax credits. Now, to get more information on the locations, hours of operations at the enrollment offices, or to schedule a free appointment, you can log on to pghealthconnect.org. That's pgchealthconnect.org. And you can also call 301-927-4500 for more information.